Welcome to the Bible Quiz and Trivia channel. Today, we're exploring the mysterious and profound themes of darkness and night across the scriptures. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video to support our content. After the quiz, share your score in the comments. We love seeing how well you do. Are you ready? Let's get started. Question 1. What was the nature of the darkness that fell upon Egypt as one of the plagues? A fog that lasted a week. B. A darkness that could be felt. C. A nightly darkness that extended into the day. D. A solar eclipse. Answer: B. A darkness that could be felt. Exodus 10:21 describes this plague as a darkness that could be felt, emphasizing the oppressive and tangible nature of the darkness that lasted for 3 days. Question 2. On what day did God create darkness according to the book of Genesis? A. First day. B. Second day. C. Third day. D. Fourth day. Answer: A. First day. Genesis 1-2:5 details God creating light and separating it from the darkness on the first day, establishing the cycle of day and night. Question 3. How long did the darkness last during the crucifixion of Jesus? 12 hours. B. 3 hours. C. 1 hour. D. 6 hours. Answer: B. 3 hours. According to the Gospel of Mark 15:33, darkness fell over the whole land from the 6th hour to the 9th hour during the crucifixion. Question 4. In which book of the Bible is the phrase outer darkness mentioned? A. Genesis. B. Matthew. C. Revelation. D. Acts. Answer: B. Matthew. The phrase outer darkness appears in Matthew, specifically in the parables of Jesus, such as in Matthew 8:12, referring to a place of weeping and gnashing of teeth. Question 5. Who dreamed of the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowing down to him, symbolizing his family? A. Joseph. B. Daniel. C. Jacob. D. David. Answer: A. Joseph. Joseph's dream, found in Genesis 37-9, symbolically represented his parents and brothers, indicating the future where his family would acknowledge his authority. Question 6. What significant event happened at night involving Jacob at Peniel? A. He was renamed Israel after wrestling with an angel. B. He divided his family into 2 camps. C. He had a dream of a ladder. D. He met Rachel. Answer: A. He was renamed Israel after wrestling with an angel. Genesis 32:24-30 describes Jacob wrestling with an angel until daybreak at Peniel, where he was renamed Israel because he struggled with God and humans and overcame. Question 7. What did God use to separate the light from the darkness? A physical barrier. B. The horizon. C. His command. D. The moon. Answer: C. His command. Genesis 1-3-4 states that God commanded the light to separate from darkness, illustrating his sovereign power over creation. Question 8. What miracle involving the sun and moon standing still occurred in the book of Joshua? A. Battle of Jericho. B. Battle of Gibeon. C. Crossing the Jordan. D. Siege of Ai. Answer: B. Battle of Gibeon. In Joshua 10, 12, 13, Joshua prayed, and God made the sun and moon stand still during the battle of Gibeon to allow the Israelites more time to defeat their enemies. Question 9. How did God appear to the Israelites at night during their exodus from Egypt? A. As a burning bush. B. As a pillar of fire. C. As a cloud. D. As a star. Answer B. As a pillar of fire. Exodus 13, 21, 22 describes God appearing as a pillar of fire at night to give light to the Israelites so they could travel by day or night. Question 10. Who was visited by an angel at night, leading to his escape from prison in the book of Acts? Paul. B. Peter. C. John. D. James. Answer B. Peter. Acts 12 to 6:10 recounts how an angel visited Peter at night in prison, causing his chains to fall off and leading him out to freedom. Question 11. In the parable of the 10 virgins, what time did the bridegroom arrive? A. Midnight. B. Dusk. C. Dawn. D. Noon. Answer A. Midnight. Matthew 25 to 6 indicates that the bridegroom arrived at midnight, catching some of the virgins unprepared because they did not have enough oil for their lamps. Question 12. Who was thrown into a den of lions during the night? A. Daniel. B. Jonah. C. Samson. D. Elijah. Answer A. Daniel. Daniel 6 details how Daniel was thrown into a lion's den overnight due to his refusal to stop praying to God, yet he was unharmed because an angel shut the lions' mouths. Question 13. What vision did Daniel have concerning a great beast that occurred during the night? A. Vision of a lion. B. Vision of 4 beasts. C. Vision of a ram and a goat. D. Vision of an angel. Answer B. Vision of 4 beasts. Daniel 7 to 1:8 describes Daniel's night vision, where he saw 4 great beasts, each different from the others, representing future kingdoms. Question 14. During what time did Jesus walk on water? A. Early morning. B. Middle of the night. C. Late evening. D. Afternoon. Answer A. Early morning. Matthew 14, 25, 26 notes that Jesus walked on water during the 4th watch of the night, which is just before dawn, to reach his disciples in a boat. Question 15. What does the book of John say about those who love darkness rather than light? A. They do so because their deeds are evil. B. They are wise to avoid the light. C. They will be rewarded. D. They seek truth. Answer A. They do so because their deeds are evil. John 3:19 explains that people loved darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil, highlighting a spiritual and moral preference for sin over truth. Question 16. How does the book of Romans describe the works of darkness? A. As necessary evils. B. As deeds of righteousness. C. As deeds of shame. D. As acceptable behaviors. Answer C. As deeds of shame. Romans 13:12 refers to the works of darkness as deeds that should be cast off in favor of the armor of light, emphasizing their shameful nature. Question 17. When does Paul advise Christians to put on to fight against the darkness? A. The cloak of invisibility. B. The armor of light. C. The shield of faith. D. The helmet of salvation. Answer B. The armor of light. In Romans 13:12, Paul advises Christians to put on the armor of light as a metaphorical defense against the moral darkness of the world. Question 18. In Revelation, what is said to never be in the New Jerusalem? A. Water. B. Sunlight. C. Darkness. D. Trees. Answer C. Darkness. Revelation 21:25 states that there will be no night there, emphasizing the perpetual light and glory in the New Jerusalem. Question 19. Who in the Bible had a dream about a ladder reaching to heaven at night? A. Moses. B. Jacob. C. David. D. Solomon. Answer B. Jacob. Genesis 28:12 describes Jacob's dream of a ladder set up on the earth with its top reaching to heaven, occurring while he was sleeping at night. Question 20. What event happened at midnight involving Paul and Silas in a prison? A. They escaped. B. They were executed. C. They sang hymns and prayed. D. They converted the jailer. Answer C. They sang hymns and prayed. Acts 16:25 records that at midnight Paul and Silas prayed and sang hymns to God, and an earthquake later freed them, leading to the jailer's conversion. Question 21. Which psalm describes God as making darkness his secret place? A. Psalm 18. B. Psalm 23. C. Psalm 91. D. Psalm 119. Answer A. Psalm 18. Psalm 18:11 says, He made darkness his secret place, highlighting God's sovereignty and mystery. Question 22. Who was visited by God in a dream at night, prompting him to leave his country with his wife and child? A. Abraham. B. Joseph. C. Lot. D. Isaac. Answer B. Joseph. Matthew 2:13 describes how an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream at night, telling him to flee to Egypt with Mary and Jesus. Question 23. What does Proverbs say about the way of the wicked being like deep darkness? A. They see clearly. B. They stumble without knowing why. C. They are always guided. D. They have inner peace. Answer B. They stumble without knowing why. Proverbs 4:19 states, The way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. Question 24. Who said, Let me take refuge under the shelter of your wings during a night prayer? A. David. B. Solomon. C. Daniel. D. Elijah. Answer A. David. Psalm 17:8 includes David's prayer asking God to protect him as a father would, symbolizing security and care. Question 25. In the Psalm of Solomon, what did the bride search for in the night? A. Her lost jewelry. B. Her beloved. C. The meaning of her dreams. D. A safe place to sleep. Answer B. Her beloved. Psalm of Solomon 3-1-2 describes the bride searching for her beloved throughout the city at night. Question 26. What book of the Bible mentions a night of washing? A. Exodus. B. Genesis. C. Leviticus. D. Numbers. Answer: A. Exodus. Exodus 12:42 refers to the night of the Passover as a night of watching by the Lord to bring them out of Egypt. Question 27. Who had a vision of a man calling him over to Macedonia during the night? A. Paul. B. Peter. C. John. D. Luke. Answer: A. Paul. Acts 16-9 records Paul's vision of a man of Macedonia pleading for help, which happened during the night. Question 28. What type of creatures are described in the Bible as prowling in the night? A. Lions. B. Serpents. C. Wolves. D. Foxes. Answer: C. Wolves. Zephaniah 3:3 uses the image of wolves prowling at night as a metaphor for their predatory and destructive behaviors. Question 29. Who said, "Those who sleep, sleep at night, and those who get drunk are drunk at night"? A. Paul. B. Jesus. C. Peter. D. James. Answer: A. Paul. 1 Thessalonians 5-7 contains this quote by Paul, using it in the context of vigilance and moral behavior. Question 30. What did Jesus say about working while it is day, because night comes when no one can work? A. Work is for the daylight. B. Night is for rest, not work. C. One must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. D. Day and night are both for work. Answer: C. One must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. John 9-4 records Jesus explaining the urgency of doing God's work before the inevitable end, symbolized by night, when no work can be done. Question 31. Who dreamed of wrestling with a man until the break of day? A. Moses. B. Jacob. C. David. D. Isaiah. Answer: B. Jacob. Genesis 32:24-28 describes Jacob wrestling with a man until daybreak at Peniel, where he was then renamed Israel for having struggled with God and with humans and having overcome. Question 32. What happened to Lot and his family during the night before Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed? A. They hosted angels. B. They fled the city. C. They were visited by God. D. They negotiated with the townspeople. Answer: A. They hosted angels. Genesis 19 details how Lot and his family hosted angels overnight, who later instructed them to flee the city before its destruction. Question 33. What warning does the Bible give about night coming when no one can see? A. To stay indoors. B. To avoid traveling. C. To work while it is day. D. To keep lamps lit. Answer: C. To work while it is day. John 9-4-5, where Jesus emphasizes the necessity of doing God's work during the day because night is coming when no one can work, symbolizing the urgency and limited time for action. Question 34. What does it mean that the stars of the night will not give their light as described in prophetic books? A. A literal dimming of stars. B. An eclipse. C. A metaphor for great leaders falling. D. Cosmic disturbances during end times. Answer: D. Cosmic disturbances during end times. Isaiah 13:10 and other prophetic passages use the imagery of stars not giving their light to describe cosmic disturbances signaling the end of times. Question 35. How is the night described in the context of Jesus' return? A. As a thief. B. as a silent watcher. C. As a time of celebration. D. As a long-awaited rest. Answer A. As a thief. Matthew 24:43-44 compares the unexpected nature of Jesus' return to a thief coming at night, emphasizing vigilance and preparedness. Question 36. What did Jesus do on the Mount of Olives at night? A. He healed many. B. He taught his disciples. C. He prayed. D. He met with religious leaders. Answer C. He prayed. Luke 22:39-46 describes Jesus praying intensely in the Garden of Gethsemane on the Mount of Olives at night before his arrest. Question 37. Who was commanded to carry out an escape at night by lowering someone in a basket through an opening in the city wall? A. The disciples of Jesus. B. Followers of John the Baptist. C. Paul's companions. D. David's mighty men. Answer C. Paul's companions. Acts 9:25 recounts how Paul was lowered in a basket from a window in the city wall at night by his disciples to escape from Damascus. Question 38. In what context does Job mention darkness? A. As a place of refuge. B. As a symbol of suffering. C. As a time for work. D. As a metaphor for joy. Answer B. As a symbol of suffering. Job frequently uses darkness to symbolize his deep suffering and the mysteries of God's plans, notably in Job 30:26. Question 39. What supernatural event involving an angel occurred at night to Peter in prison? A. He was given a vision. B. He was freed by an angel. C. He was told his future. D. He received a new mission. Answer B. He was freed by an angel. Acts 12:6-11 describes how an angel appeared at night to free Peter from prison, leading him out miraculously as the chains fell off and gates opened automatically. Question 40. How is the end of the world likened to a thief coming at night? A. As a warning to always be prepared. B. As a signal of sudden destruction. C. As a time of great revelation. D. As a peaceful transition. Answer A. As a warning to always be prepared. 1 Thessalonians 5:2-4 uses the metaphor of a thief in the night to describe the suddenness of the Lord's coming, emphasizing the need for constant vigilance. Question 41. Who prayed in a garden at night before being arrested? A. Jesus. B. Paul. C. Peter. D. John. Answer A. Jesus. Mark 14:32-42 records Jesus praying in the Garden of Gethsemane at night, deeply distressed about his impending crucifixion, just before his arrest. Question 42. How is the protection of God described as a night refuge in Psalms? A. As a strong tower. B. As a shadow. C. As a shield. D. As wings covering. Answer D. As wings covering. Psalm 91:4-5 metaphorically describes God's protection as covering with wings, offering refuge and safety from the terrors of the night. Question 43. Who had a night vision of a tree reaching into heaven? A. Daniel. B. Nebuchadnezzar. C. Ezekiel. D. Joseph. Answer B. Nebuchadnezzar. Daniel 4:10-12 describes Nebuchadnezzar's dream of a tree that reached the sky, which Daniel later interprets as representing the king's vast empire. Question 44. What couple was told in a night vision to not return to a king after visiting Jesus? A. Joseph and Mary. B. Elizabeth and Zechariah. C. The wise men. D. Anna and Simeon. Answer C. The wise men. Matthew 2:12 states that the wise men were warned in a dream not to return to Herod after visiting the newborn Jesus, so they returned to their country by another route. Question 45. What is described about God in darkness in 1 Kings? A. God is afraid of darkness. B. God brings darkness as punishment. C. God dwells in thick darkness. D. God separates from darkness. Answer C. God dwells in thick darkness. 1 Kings 8:12 mentions Solomon proclaiming that the Lord has said he would dwell in thick darkness, referring to the cloud filling the temple. Question 46. How is night used metaphorically to describe a state of ignorance in the Gospels? A. Night as a time of sin. B. Night as a lost opportunity. C. Night as a lack of faith. D. Night as a time of spiritual blindness. Answer D. Night is a time of spiritual blindness. John 9:4-5 uses night metaphorically to symbolize ignorance and the absence of Jesus, the light of the world, equating spiritual blindness with darkness. Question 47. Who encountered angels ascending and descending during the night? Elijah. B. Elisha. C. Jacob. D. Moses. Answer C. Jacob. Genesis 28:12 describes Jacob's dream of a ladder reaching to heaven, with angels ascending and descending on it, which occurred during the night. Question 48. What does Ecclesiastes say about the activities of the day and night? A. Day for joy, night for sorrow. B. Day and night for toil. C. Day for work, night for rest. D. There is no difference. Answer B. Day and night for toil. Ecclesiastes 8:16 indicates that the wise man's heart is occupied with both day and night, suggesting constant contemplation and toil. Question 49. What does Jesus' teaching in Luke about the night when the master returns unexpectedly entail? A. Fear and preparation. B. Celebration and relaxation. C. Vigilance and readiness. D. Confusion and chaos. Answer C. Vigilance and readiness. Luke 12:35-40 emphasizes being dressed for service and keeping lamps burning, symbolizing vigilance and readiness for the master's return, likened to a thief coming unexpectedly at night. Question 50. What role does the night play in the creation narrative in Genesis? A. It marks the beginning of creation. B. It is absent from the creation story. C. It separates one day from another. D. It is a period of rest for God. Answer C. It separates one day from another. Genesis 1 describes each day of creation as being composed of evening and morning, using night to mark the transition and separation between days.